guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a very exciting TBR for the Contemporaryathon, which is taking place next week from November 13th to the 19th, I believe. Let me check on that. Yes, from Monday, November 19th to Sunday, November 19th. This readathon was started by Chelsea over at Chelsea Darling and Julie from Pages and Pens. I will have both of their channels linked up there in the cards as well as down below for you guys to check out. It's a very chill type of readathon, but there are some challenges that you can follow. You don't have to, you can just kind of like read whatever contemporaries you really have. But I decided to follow the challenges just, you know, for some kind of structure. I will say the challenges are going to be all over the place for these books. I did decide to double up some of them, which is something that you can do. So if you want a more like structured look at the challenges, again, I'll have all the information down there for you guys to check out. But anyway, our first two books that I'm going to start out with are books that are in my November TBR already. So I decided to just throw them in here as well. The first one though, I will say, is kind of arguably, maybe not technically a contemporary, but I'm gonna make my case for it in a second. Wild Beauty by McLemore. Now technically this is a magical realism book, which does have a lot of fantasy elements. However, my kind of thought process here is that magical realism technically is very rooted on reality. I mean, that's basically what makes magical realism, that it's very grounded on reality, and even the magical elements that are introduced in the story are typically seen very kind of matter-of-fact kind of situations. Like the magic is just accepted as everyday, like it's not seen as a magical thing. So it is very realistic in that sense, even though it does have magical elements. So I can kind of see how it would qualify as contemporary, maybe, even though it's not technically contemporary, maybe, I don't know. Either way, I want to read this in November, so I don't know. You guys let me know. Does it make sense why I'm throwing this in here? If not, I don't know what to tell you. I still want to read it, so this is the first book in my TBR. And by the way, I'm using this as the read the most recent contemporary book you purchased / acquired, because this is my most recent purchase. Next is definitely a contemporary. This is The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. Super excited about this. I absolutely loved Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda, and this is Becky Albertalli's kind of like not sequel, what is it, like her sophomore novel. So the challenge that I'm using this for is to read a contemporary that has characters on the LGBTQIA spectrum, because I believe that the main protagonist's sister is bisexual, correct me if I'm wrong. I do believe that there are characters on the LGBTQA spectrum in this novel, as well as I think on this one, I believe the main character is bisexual in this as well. Like I said, I was gonna read this in November anyway, so might as well throw it in this TBR. So next I have Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia, and this is going to be my... Wait, which one was I gonna use this for? Oh yeah, read a contemporary that is, to the best of your knowledge, not set during the summer. So I believe that this is set during the school year, because I did cheat a little bit and I kind of flipped through, because I know that if you see the back of this, like it's not a synopsis, it's kind of like a little passage from the book, and these are all like messages and they have a date on the top. So I kind of flipped through, and most of the messages seem to take place from like October onwards. So I'm taking that as this is not set in the summer technically. It's more like a fall winter read. So it says to the best of your knowledge. This is to the best of my knowledge. By the way, I'm sorry if the lighting keeps changing. The sun keeps going in and out of the clouds, so yeah, I'm sorry about that, but I can't control the sun. What an amazing superpower that would be. Impossible, I get that. Unless you're like Storm, but then you're really controlling kind of like more the weather, not so much the sun, you know? This has derailed. Anyway, next book that I have on here is one that I was very unsure about putting in here, and I'm not for sure going to read this. I have this in here because, well, one, it satisfies one of the challenges. Two, I really do want to read it. Like, this is a book that I know I have to read and that I really want to read as well, obviously. But it is a little sad, and you guys know that I avoid books that I know are gonna make me tear up, like as great as they may be. Like if I know a book is gonna make me cry, I usually avoid it, but I'm throwing it in here anyway. So Book Thief by Markus Zusak. I'm using this for Read It Dark / Taboo Contemporary. I don't really have a lot of dark or like taboo contemporaries. I usually prefer like lighter, fluffier stuff, but this book is set in World War II in Nazi Germany. It is told through the perspective of death, so I know for sure that someone's gonna die. This is about as dark as my contemporary books get, I think, so I'm gonna go with this one. This also qualifies the Read a Book That's 5 Years or Older challenge. So those are all the books that I'm reading. I believe the only 2 challenges I'm not going for are the Read an Adult Contemporary, because I don't really have very many adult contemporaries, so I'm skipping out on that challenge, as well as the Read the group book. There is a group book which, if you are interested in reading, it is like water. I did want to try to get to this one, but my library currently doesn't have it, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get my hands on it in time, so I'm not really going to participate in that challenge either. And yeah, that is going to be it, guys. These are the 4 books that I'm hoping to get through this week. There is still time to join if you want to participate. Like, don't hesitate, like just put a little TBR pile together. Like I said, it seems like it's gonna be a very chill readathon. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. If you guys have read any of these books, please let me know what you thought of them. If you are participating in the Contemporaryathon, please let me know what books you are going to be reading this month. Yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. I will see you guys next time. Bye!